Abby here from Ballerinas by Night, bringing you the next installment in the Well-Trained Dancer. Today I'm talking about frappé. Frappé means to strike. If you have a box of matches and you're striking a match, you want that kind of an action. Strike. Frappé is a really, really important step because it plays into all our petit allegro later on in class, and it has a definite purpose to building up the feet in a particular way. There's also many ways frappé can be done. I'm giving you one that is, it's common, but it may not be what your studio does. But the elements of the strike and a lot of the other things that I'm going to be talking about will be the same, even if you approach frappé from a different way. A lot of times in many schools, frappé will start 5, 6, 7, 8, and we go to a flex position. Now, you want to make sure you're not overcrossing. It's the heel. If you had a wrapped coup de pied and then you flex it, it's right about the same place. So you have that bone, there's a little indentation right above that. You want to make sure that this knee is pulled back. Now frappé has an under circle, so you're thinking about going under and out. I had a video about the hyperdimensional floor. So it's almost like you want to think about going under the floor and then above it. We're placed and we go strike and pull the knee back, under and out, under and back, lifting up through the body. Strike and strike. Just like our dégagés, we want to achieve the same point in the air as much as possible every single time for consistency and accuracy. We'll do the same thing to the side. Find a place in the air. Now to the side, we can go from the front or from the back. Again, don't get overcrossed. It's just like our coup de pied, that's flexed. So we can go front, back, but we get to the same place in the air. And you want to think of really slicing, not doing almost like a mini rond de jambe to get there. It's like we're slicing cheese. Slice, 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 slice. Also to the back. So again, really, really thinking about the under and out, under and back, because back for these can be really, really difficult to make them look good and correct. Back, in, back, in. But the process from the upper leg is, again, it's that under circle, under and out, and lift, under and out, and lift. We want to keep the flow of energy really, really moving correctly in frappé. Because once we start to take it on releve, I see a lot down, down, down. It might have the correct element of strike, because that's the thing. Here, we're striking the floor. You can also strike the air. Strike, it's the same thing, but it's not down, down. It's under and out so that you're appearing to go in a straight line, even though, especially to the back, if I'm from here going in a straight line, I could easily just go down. And that's not correct. We want to go out. So it's actually up, but it shouldn't be up that then it looks like you're lifting the leg. It should appear to be on the same plane. So I've already talked about some of the common mistakes we see in frappé. It's really hard to separate out what the step is and not talk about some of the common things that go wrong. So I talked about the overcrossing. What I believe the huge purpose of frappé is, and what I feel like a lot of times I see people not understand about frappé, which makes it such a meaningful step. So like I said, this plays into all our petit allegro later, and we're striking with the ball of the foot. So what we're trying to do, and the reason why this goes from a flexed position in a lot of schools, is so that you get here and you have that action of going through the toes, If you just kind of throw the foot out there and really don't get a strike, really don't work through the ball of the foot, you're not strengthening that action that later on is, we're going to do a jeté, that is going to help us push through the floor. Also strengthening for point work for females, and also just strengthening our feet and our intrinsic muscles. It's really, really important that this step be done correctly, and that it really, from here to there, that we're working through the foot and through the floor. And there's still, I just know that I have, in a lot of instances, seen people not fully understand like what they're striking. They're trying to use just their toes, or, well, that's the biggest thing I see, is that they're trying to just use their toes and not really go through the whole ball of the foot. I had a teacher who was just very, very big. She wanted to hear frappe. She wanted to hear that noise. And as much as it was like almost a little bit of overkill sometimes, it really, really helped me understand how much I needed to be using the floor and using my foot through the floor. And I think that really, really helped me because I didn't have great feet. And I think things like that are part of what helped me develop stronger point work, better feet later on, because I kind of came into taking ballet seriously on the late side. I had a lot of catching up to do. So the three main elements of frappe: we pull the knee back, we strike through the ball of the foot, and pull the knee back again. We reach the same point in the air, front, side, back. I'm not going to get into anything about a double frappe today because I'm trying to keep this relatively basic, but you find your position, you find your point in the air, you find your position, find your point in the air. You want to hold as long as you can and then really strike, and then back. Keep in mind that in ballet, sharp should not mean frantic. So if we're doing frappes quickly, they should still be nice and light. As much as you are trying to strike and be strong and make the noise, you don't want to get too much of the body involved and tense up. It's just working through the foot. So, not unlike tap. If we're going to do some shuffles. Sorry, I'm tapping for the first time in my life. Thank you, Mom, introducing me to that. That just kind of hit me that that's kind of a related thing. All right, so let's talk about our 3 common mistakes. We talked about the overcrossing. Not pulling the knee back is another one that's really easy to do instead of really being like here. And that's also going to affect just your turnout and the whole thing. If you're not bringing the knee back, it's easy to get all of this a little turned in to the back. Same thing, you see this sometimes. So really make sure, again, it's from underneath so that you're maintaining the turnout to your maximum. And then also just not really striking. I have a hard time even doing it, but not really using the foot fully. Those are really some of the main key elements that I would like you to take from this video. Find your position, use the ball of your foot through your toes, use your floor, make a noise, assuming that your teacher's okay with that. And then also, as I just talked about in rondejambs, remember supporting side is so important. Do not let the supporting side go. You have 2 hips and you always have to turn out from both of them. So if this supporting side isn't engaged, then you're going to get some of this. You know, that's the type of thing. Problem is it leads to a lot of this anterior tilt, which I've really, really been fighting, which can lead to injury. And I think this is something that affects us more, you know, if we're sitting a lot during the day. It's already easy to get a little bit of anterior tilt. So trying to get the hips to neutral can be a struggle. I think that's a huge part of why I've had some injuries and some struggles, because I wasn't doing enough to really strengthen that. And since I've been working on it, my dancing and just my overall like health has really been transformed. So definitely think about that. This skirt is from Cheval Dancewear, and this is Sarah, who has done music for us in the past, and we just absolutely adore her. And I tell you what, these skirts, not only are they gorgeous, but the material is just incredible. It is so soft. I love it. And she has lots of different designs and prints, and she has butterflies, just really, really gorgeous stuff. So definitely check her out. We will link to that below this video. And thank you, Sarah, for the gorgeous skirt. And just to let you know something about this material, you know, I've had this in my dance bag because I've been meaning to put it on for class, and I was afraid I was gonna have to take it out and like steam it, because I was like, oh man, you know, it's been in my dance bag, surely it's wrinkled. And I pulled it out and I feel like it's still just, you know, like not a wrinkle inside. It's just like perfectly straight. So really, really, really loving this skirt. Definitely go check her out. I know she's got Instagram and Facebook and a webpage where you can see her store. And that's it for all about frappés on a basic level. We'll see you next time.